Welcome to another 2-Minute Tech Review Tuesday, and in this video we're going to be looking at the brand new Studio Rack from Waves. I did a video last week exploring this plugin in more detail, how it works, what it does and why it's so good on a full mix session, so if you want to check that out there is a link in the description below. But in this video I wanted to summarize the plugin, what it does, how it works and just how good this thing is whilst going through a quick mastering process on the track featured in the last video. So with 2 minutes on the clock, let's dive into the session right now. Alright, so in the previous video I mixed this track using the Waves Studio Rack on the buses for the groups of instruments, which were drums, bass, rhythm guitar and lead guitar, and this is how it sounds. And we're going to use the Studio Rack to effectively master this, and I'm going to talk you through some of the really cool features this has. So, first thing, I have gone to load a preset. There are loads of presets, and I've found the Dave Darlington Master preset. So what we've got here on the interface is a section for macros here where we can assign dials to control specific parameters of some of the plugins in our insert chain. Next we have our insert chain, and on this particular preset we have a SSL G-Bus compressor, a multi-band splitter. Now this is the first of the two really cool features that this has. As you can see here, like a multi-band compressor, I've split the signal up into 4 different frequency bands. And these are adjustable by sliding the fader up and down there. So you have a high level of control when splitting these frequencies up. And what you can do is assign Waves plugins to each one of these frequency bands and process them differently. If you haven't watched the other video, check that out because I go into a lot of detail in this on the drums, and it's a lot of fun to play with. Next up we have a linear phase EQ. Another linear phase EQ, a maximizer. There's a level meter here as well, which is showing me my LUF levels, my peak limit and my RMS levels. And there's presets, so if I wanted to master this for Spotify, which I want to do, which has a minus 14 decibel LUFS level, I can select that and it'll automatically set everything to hit that target. So let's remind ourselves how this sounded before, and then I'll turn the plugin on. So it's gluing everything together, raising the level slightly and smoothing everything out a little bit. Now what I want to talk about is another cool feature, which is the parallel split feature here. Now this wasn't in the preset, but I've added this in. And what this does is you can assign up to 7 parallel channels. So for example, you have your main channel down the middle with no processing on, which is what I've got here, other than the inserts on this side. But on this parallel split, there's nothing. And then you can assign, using this menu here, either a stereo image, a left side, a right side, or a middle, or the far sides, and then you can apply any processing to that as well. So for example, you could saturate a parallel send, add loads of reverb, add delay to one, process them however you want. It's a really flexible tool. So what I've done is added the Abbey Road saturator, and this sounds awful, but mixed in it's going to sound great. So let's dial that in. And you'll notice what I've done there is I've just applied that to the far sides, to the stereo sides. Let's go back to the multi-band split because I want to talk about the parallel split feature again. What I've done on the top end band here, anything above 4K, I've added in a parallel split. The main top end channel straight down the middle, no processing. But on the sides, we can use this W button here to affect the width, and I want that as wide as possible. And we're going to add some reverb. So I've pulled up the H delay here, set some pre-delay so it's not too messy. So you've got the direct sound coming out and the overly reverbed far sides of it as well. Let's hear that all in the mix now. So obviously that's too much reverb on the far sides and the saturation's a bit too heavy there on the first parallel split. However, for example purposes, you can get the idea of just how powerful and flexible this tool is. So download it, it's free on the Waves website, get yourself some Waves plugins and have fun. So guys, what do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I think this is an incredibly versatile and powerful tool. I really like the split frequency band functionality, especially on drums. I've had a lot of fun mixing this track. If you'd like to see more 2-Minute Tech Review Tuesdays, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss an episode. And I will see you all very soon.